God's question, where are you, is not a geographical question. God knows where they are. God is omniscient. There is nothing never that God does not know. There's never time you need to give God information. He knows it already. He knows exactly where Adam is. Thus then, our subject matter for this lesson, the word ayeka in Hebrew means, where are you? It's a single word, one word. In English, we need three. But in Hebrew, it's one word, ayeka, where are you? And it carries more weight than just a location. God knows they're in the Garden of Eden, and he knows exactly where they are in the Garden of Eden. So he's not asking again for location. He's asking relationally. He's asking them, watch this, he's asking them an internal soul-searching question. And it could be understood this way. Where are you right now? Or even, how did you get here? You ever had that thought, like after you done made a bad decision? And then you sit like, man, how did I get here? Yeah. And you begin to think of all the steps. You know how you got there. You know all the bad choices you made to get you there. You know how you got there. But in the process of soul searching to just really make it relatable to yourself, you have this conversation with yourself. Man, how did I get here? How did I let this happen? This is the question. God is saying, how did you let this happen? How did you get here? Do you know? Because see, if you really know how you got here, it should help you not to ever get back here again. Right? But yet, how many times have we repeated the same mistake over and over after asking ourselves, man, how did I get here? God's not asking for information. He's inviting us, he's inviting them to have some self-introspect. Look within yourself, woman of God. Look within yourself, man of God. Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? And that brings us to the heart of the matter. Do we know this morning? Do we know where we are? Oh yeah, I know I'm at 646 Lakewood Avenue. I'm at Greater Friendship. I'm in the sanctuary. Yeah, I know that. But sitting here, do you know where you are? Do you know where you are spiritually? Sin has a way of dulling our awareness. We can still show up. Like we are here. We showed up. Some on social media showed up. We can still speak the language of faith. Praise the Lord, saints. How are you? I'm blessed and highly favored. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. How you doing? We know the faith language. We know how to look religious. Got my Bible app ready to go. Got my suit on, got my dress, my hat. I'm ready. We know the language. We know the religious look. We know the faith statements while being far from God in intimacy. Far from God in intimacy. In his house, but don't know where he is. Like Adam, still in the garden, but no longer walking openly with God. He's hiding in the bushes. He's hiding among the trees. Or before this, any number of times throughout the day, him and God communing, whatever that looked like. because God is spirit. We know Adam was walking one foot down, 1 foot up, 1 foot down. But we don't know how God was moving in the garden. And the best way, because Moses writes Genesis, so the best way to describe it, he just said God was walking through the garden, whatever that looks like. But Adam saw him. Adam related with him. They had interaction. There's conversation we're not privy to that God and Adam had, but it's not recorded in Genesis. But they had it because they were in communion with each other. They talked. So do we know where we are spiritually? Here's another thing. Do we know where we are mentally? Guilt, fear, anxiety, and deception distort our thinking. After sin, Adam's perception of God changed. You see that? He no longer saw God as a loving creator, but now he saw God as someone to be feared. Though we all have reverence for God, this is not talking about that. There's never a time before he took of the fruit did he ever have a reason to hide from God. So something changed his perception. Sin changed his perception. Sin rewrites the narratives in our minds, convincing us, watch this is going to help, because I know you done felt like this before. Sin makes us believe or convinces us that God is against us rather than for us. And that thing plays out because when we sin, when we've done something wrong, we don't want to come to church. We don't want to show up in the ministry. We don't feel like praying. Matter of fact, we begin to question our very salvation. Because we sin for the umpteenth time, we believe God is no longer with us, that God is fed up and God's not going to do anything else for us. And so now we feel all alone. That's Satan. That's the adversary. That's sin. That's how sin operates. And so we isolate. We do the things that Satan is looking for us to do, get off by ourselves so he can have us all to himself and keep you going down that path of deception, of believing, well, God don't hear my prayers. God fed up with me. I'm done. I did this and there's no way God can forgive me for that. We apply our reasoning to God. And we think God works with us like we work with people. Because after they do you wrong or mistreat you a few more times, you're done with them. Take the phone out your phone, block them, all that stuff. We don't have nothing to do with them. But God's not like that. But sin makes you believe that God's not with you anymore. So where are you spiritually? Where are you mentally? And thirdly, where are you emotionally? Shame drives us into hiding. We cover ourselves with fig leaves, whatever those fig leaves are, whatever you've been using while you've been hiding. We cover ourselves with fig leaves, false protections that never heal us. Because emotionally we're wrecked. That sin, that thing we did, it messed us up emotionally. And we feel shame about what we've done. And we don't want to come out. We're not out in the public. We're not out at church. You took a couple of days off work because this thing just messed you up. And so shame is ruling the day. But do you see that? Where are you spiritually? Where are you mentally? And where are you emotionally? Do you really know this morning where you are? We hide behind the trees of busyness. I stay busy, keep my mind off of what I did. We hide behind the busyness and we hide behind pride. We hide behind humor. We hide behind success. We hide behind anger. We even dare hide behind spirituality. Anything to avoid being seen as we truly are. Let me ask you this question. Don't answer it, I'm asking. Have I ever really seen you before? Or when you come before me, are you actually hiding? You cover it up well. I don't even know. I may not even know what you really look like. Because you don't know where you are spiritually. You don't know where you are emotionally. You don't know where you are mentally. So the best thing I can do, since I got to be out, I'm hide. I'm hiding in plain sight. So the tragedy, church, the tragedy of sin is not just that it separates us from God. Watch this. But it convinces us that hiding is safer than honesty. I'd rather hide than be honest with myself. I'd rather hide than to fess up and say, man, I got a problem. I got an issue. I'd rather hide and just keep this thing going rather than say, you know what, I messed up. I shouldn't have said that to them. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have betrayed their trust. But I'm not willing to own up, so I'm going to keep hiding. We don't realize, church, how lost, how broken, and how distant we become. And because we don't know where we are, we stay hidden. Let me ask you this morning, are you still hiding? Are you still hiding? I ain't gonna leave you there. I ain't gonna leave you there. Here comes the grace of God. Here comes the grace. Look at y'all. Boy, everybody's posture just changed there. Pastor, I was in the trees. Pastor. I was in the trees. Here comes the grace of God. Genesis 3:9, right there in the text. God comes looking. That's the grace. God comes looking. That is the good news, church. That even though we're hiding, even though you won't be honest with where you are spiritually, God knows where you are. And God says, look, I'm about to pull you up out of that. You're not going to be my child and hide. No. You're not going to be my child and hide, because I got work for you to do, and the work I need you to do, you can't do that hiding in the trees. You got to be out so everybody can see you. God's confrontation is not condemnation. His question is not for his sake, it's for our sake. So when God says, Ayeka, when God says, where are you? It's an invitation from God to step out from hiding and step into the truth. It's the beginning of restoration in your life. If God didn't want to restore you, he left you in the trees. He left you in the weeds. He left you in the thickets. He left you in there. But the songwriter said, he lifted me up out the muck and the miry clay. I wish I had a witness right there. He not only did he do that, but he set me upon a rock. He put me on display after he pulled me up out of the mess.